Hi, in the previous session, we talked about the supervised and unsupervised learning and discussed some of the common algorithms and tasks that can be used to develop supervised or unsupervised machine learning models. Today, we will be talking about reinforcement learning. This is the completely different approach what we have learned in supervised and unsupervised machine learning models. So, what is reinforcement learning? Reinforcement learning is used to perform a complex task which are based on multiple sequence of actions. It records every action and stores the knowledge that if that action was a good action or a bad action. Reinforcement learning do not use any labeled or unlabeled examples. Instead, it learns from the actions. Either the action is good or bad. Reinforcement learning used as a framework for decision-making tasks based on the final goal. For example, reinforcement learning can be used to develop a system which can play a video game and the goal is to win the game. Or solving the maze task where the task is to reach at the center by avoiding the obstacles. Another example, reaching to the end of race by passing through a narrow road and lot of turns. And the goal is to reach at the end point in very minimal time and that too without accident. Now you may start guessing its use cases from the wider fields. Let me know what model comes in your mind which you can develop from the reinforcement learning. Write in the comment section so that people can get some idea from you. Like this technology can be used in the training of robots that can perform tasks in the dynamic environment. Remember, we have taken an example of playing a chess game with the objective to win the game. This can be developed using reinforcement learning, where the model will take the decisions for good moves and will process the data for future moves to win the game. Why we taken this example? Because this is a good example of dynamic environment, where each move at present can change all the future moves. So the machine learning model will consider hundreds to thousands of future moves, and those future moves will change with every new move at present. Means machine learning models changes its decision itself in the dynamic environment, which changes with every new move and every new decisions. In such typical use cases, we cannot use classification or prediction based models. Hence, we needed a completely different approach, and here the concept of reinforcement learning comes. You may wonder that the concept of reinforcement learning is very similar to the humans, like how we learn from the mistakes. It works on the same fundamental that every action or decision that we take or do has some feedback. This feedback can be positive or can be negative too. So we aspire from the positive feedback and learn from the negative feedback. For example, you go to gym for the first time and you decided to hold some weight. So the question is how you will decide the good weight for you. So suppose you choose 5 kg weight first. If it is too easy, then the positive feedback will go to your mind. Now you may think you can try heavier weight. So you took 15 kg weight and oops, the feedback is that it is too heavy for you. You cannot take that weight. So a negative feedback will be tagged with 15 kg. Then you tried 10 kg and you feel comfortable. So a positive feedback again. And that way you can take more set of weights and based on the feedback you can continue to make more adjustments. Means you are learning from the feedbacks and experiences. This was one example. In our real life, we learn daily from the feedbacks. Like we learn how to balance a cycle from the negative feedback or falling. We improve driving a car from the feedback of today's decision. You cannot learn everything from the books or internet. You can get the knowledge from these sources, but how to use that in the real life in the dynamic situation, that comes with the experience. Like you can get the knowledge how to use the brakes, but in some sudden situation on the route, whether you will use the brake or not, that comes with the experience. Maybe first time you missed to use the brakes on time, but for the next time probably your mind pre-prepared for that situation. You may or may not believe, but it happens. Means for some tasks you need practice and you learn from the experiences which comes from the positive and negative feedbacks. Same way a self-driving car learns from the feedback. For the learning purpose, some simulation system can be designed where our self-driving car interacts with the different type of road conditions, interact with the other vehicles on the road, interact with the peoples and other objects on the roads, means absorbing the inputs from the dynamic environment. In the next session, we will explore reinforcement learning as a decision-making system, so stay tuned for the updates. If you did not subscribe till now, then please do subscribe to Learn and Grow community for regular updates. If this video is informative, then please like this video, comment on video and don't forget to share. Thank you for watching.